Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
Also, if you're looking for a unique gift for the holiday season, check out the Compliance Kids series. It's my 3-book children's series on compliance and compliance professionals for children. But they make great gifts and great training tools for your employees. You can check it out on Amazon.com. We've linked to it in the show notes. The Daily Compliance News for December 18, 2024, the Turn Your Knife on Yourself edition. I know that's a somewhat gruesome title for Daily Compliance News, but that's what China's President Xi Jinping said, that the Communist Party must turn the knife inward to eliminate problems, including corruption, in a new call to hunt down corrupt officials and those who corrupt them. Xi is well known for his corruption crackdown, and it looks like it's going to be reinvigorated. Next up, in a very dispiriting piece from the Wall Street Journal Law section, the U.S. Supreme Court has said that federal judges' criticism of the ethics of a justice is misconduct. Yes, amid collapsing public confidence in the U.S. Supreme Court, they've said, we alone get to decide what our ethics are, and you cannot criticize them. Unbelievable. So, wow. Yeah, are they corrupt? Yes, 110%. Next up, talk about corruption and pots and kettles. Nick Leeson, yes, the trader who brought down Barings Bank, says compliance is still an afterthought. In February of 2025 marks 30 years since his rogue trading racked the financial system and cratered Barings, which was then Britain's oldest and most venerable bank. And he says that it's not much different now. So there are certainly increasing dangers. Of course, crypto leading the most, and with the Donald Trump embracement of all things crypto, it's only going to get worse. But when Nick Leeson speaks about compliance, you really should listen. And our final story comes to us from, once again, the Wall Street Journal, this time Risk and Compliance Journal. Mark Vardabendian reporting that a wave of startups offering AI-infused compliance software are promising to help organizations, but executives are somewhat leery as saying emerging AI features can perhaps help in tedious tasks, but when it comes to sophisticated analysis and monitoring and determining the results based on data, you really do need the human in the loop, and they're reluctant to move forward. So as compliance software and use of AI evolves, maybe we'll be there one day, but apparently not yet. And at the start of this podcast, the sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Well, Ethico has a great new offering this month for you, a toolkit for middle managers. This is something that you, as the compliance professional, can use to move your compliance program forward by giving middle managers the skills necessary to answer a call for speak up, or when someone comes in their office and raises a concern. I can't think of a tool that will be more valuable for you in the current era of enforcement. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.